A late night outing to a club landed one woman in the hospital. We're going to have details on this breaking news story out of Nashville. And a woman already facing federal charges for allegedly using government money now has a whole new list of charges she has to worry about. Also, how the government shutdown's taking a toll on families whose loved ones gave the ultimate sacrifice. Stay with us, everybody. Your news starts now.
From your news and information leader, this is News Channel 5 This Morning.
All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is hump day. Thank goodness 4 o'clock is our time. I'm Amy Watson. Steve Hayslip has the morning off. I hope you're having a great start to your morning. I feel like it's hump day, but I feel like I'm way down here. I hadn't quite made it over the hump. How about you, Leland?
Yeah, just the same. It's like
you know, it's barely making it.
Well, we can start to see a little bit of the weekend from here.
All
so,
right.
yeah.
Be positive. That's what I'll try to do.
There you go. Hey, right now around Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, morning off to a quiet start. Few clouds here and there, but no big issues around the area. Let's show you the scene now from Skycam, our window. On the world right now in the Music City, we've got a current reading of 53 degrees and a calm wind at this hour. Patchy fog shows up here and there, but no big problems around the Mid-South. As we show you the satellite photograph, there have been a few clouds that have floated through the region right now, but I was able to see a nice starry sky on my way into work this morning. Right now in Nashville, the current reading is 53, Memphis 61. Paducah reports in at 48. That Nashville number running about 4 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So here's your breakdown hour by hour. Temperatures falling back into the 50s this morning. A few outlying spots will be into the upper 40s at daybreak. Then, as we work our way through the day, we'll see those numbers warm up into the 70s by noontime. Overall today, we're going to top out with a high of about 78 degrees. More weather coming up for you in just a moment, but right now let's head back over to Amy.
Leland, thank you. Now to breaking news out of Nashville this morning. Police are investigating a hit and run that sent a woman to the hospital, and this, we're told, happened early this morning, about 2:30, in front of Club Miami. On East Thompson Lane, police believe the woman was hit by a drunk driver leaving the club. The victim was transported to Vanderbilt Medical Center with a few bumps and bruises, but we're told she is expected to be okay. Also new for you this morning, a 19-year-old will have some explaining to do once he gets home after getting arrested in his dad's car. Osris Valero was arrested after he drove away from a traffic stop. He hit another driver while trying to get away, police say, but didn't stop until he got home. Police found him there and arrested him. This morning, we're waiting on more details about a deadly crash in Franklin County. This happened sometime last night on Rock Creek Road in Irwin, Tennessee. We know that THP worked the crash, but we don't know how many vehicles were involved or how many people were killed or injured. We are still waiting on that. And happening right now, police are looking for a man accused of trying to kill a family friend. The victim had to be rushed to the hospital after being stabbed twice in the stomach. Told police the suspect was visiting him and his wife when he got drunk and they got into a fight. That's when he stabbed him, he says, and drove off. Police know who they're looking for, but they haven't released the suspect's name. The victim, though, is expected to be okay. We have a new development in the case of a home invasion on Humphrey Street. Police have arrested a second suspect in the case. Thais Crutcher was arrested after police say he and another man kicked in the door of an apartment and robbed the two women living there. Crutcher got away from police initially, but left his ID inside the getaway car. His accomplice, alleged accomplice, 20-year-old Jacquees Allen, was arrested shortly after the incident. Both men face robbery and kidnapping charges. Police say the victims woke up to find their door kicked in and Allen and Crutcher armed and demanding drugs. The victims didn't have any, so apparently the couple took a TV and a laptop instead. A Laverne home goes up in flames, and this morning officials are still trying to figure out what happened. A blaze raged through the two-story house on Emery Oak Cove yesterday morning around 11. No one was home at the time the fire started, and no one was hurt. The family's dog, though, died in the fire. The home was a total loss. The cause of the blaze, is under investigation. And the head of the Upper Cumberland Development District, the former head, is behind bars this morning after being indicted on new state charges. She had little to say when she surrendered. It follows the scandal first exposed by News Channel 5 Investigates. The Putnam County Grand Jury is accusing Wendy Askins of theft, forgery, and money laundering. It stems from government money she allegedly poured into the Living the Dream house to make it her own home, but it was supposed to be for needy seniors. She was also indicted less than 2 weeks ago on federal charges. And the son of Clarksville's District Attorney General will spend 3 years behind bars. John Carney III pleaded guilty to robbing a Fort Campbell soldier. Police say Carney and 2 others invaded the soldier's apartment in May and stole a safe from the home. The 28-year-old's father and city prosecutor John Carney Jr. blamed his son's troubles on prescription drug abuse. The man accused of stealing a controversial rainbow-colored flag at MTSU has been charged. According to the Daily News Journal, Jacob Lissenby has been charged with theft. The flag belonged to MT Lambda, a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender student group at the school. It was on display at the Walker Library. Now, the flag has caused so much controversy that MTSU issued a statement saying removing the flag would breach the students' freedom of speech. Day 9 of the government shutdown today, and government services all over the nation continue to be impacted, from furloughed workers to national parks and monuments. Now, Susan McGinnis reports the shutdown is impacting grieving military families who are trying to bury their loved ones.
The bodies of 4 American service members killed in the line of duty this weekend arrive at Dover Air Force Base today. The government would typically pay for the families to fly to Delaware to witness the return of their loved ones, but that money is now on hold, a casualty of the government shutdown.
I'm embarrassed. All of us should be.
The families of 17 service members have already been denied benefits, including a $100,000 payment due within 36 hours of death.
The death gratuity is extended to help cover funeral costs and help with immediate and living expenses.
The House is expected to vote today to restore those benefits, but an agreement to end the shutdown is still nowhere in sight.
It's pretty much the same thing every day, and we're not really getting anywhere between each side.
President Obama warned Republicans he would not negotiate until Congress reopens the government and raises the debt ceiling.
We can't make extortion routine as part of our democracy. Democracy doesn't function this way.
Republicans say first, Democrats must agree to spending cuts.
We can't raise the debt ceiling without doing something about what's driving us to borrow more money and to live beyond our means.
The Treasury Department says it will run out of money to pay its bills on October 17th. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, News Channel 5 HD.
And the International Monetary Fund issued a warning Tuesday that a U.S. default on its loans would push the country back into a recession and then hurt the global economy. Governor Bill Haslam and other Tennessee Republicans are playing the blame game when it comes to the government shutdown. Yesterday, the state's Senate Republican caucus sent a letter to President Barack Obama. Now, in it, GOP leaders claim the president and U.S. Senate Democrats are the masterminds behind the shutdown, all because they're trying to protect the new health care law. Now, this letter was signed by all but 2 of the chamber's 26 Republicans. Last week, Governor Haslam already said he expected blame to be shifted to the Republicans, which he says takes away from the glitches in the health care law. And after a pair of road losses, the Predators are back with a win at home. The Preds took on the Minnesota Wild last night at Bridgestone Arena, and Minnesota scored first just after 4 minutes with a power play. But it was another power play by Preds Colin Wilson that gave the Preds their first lead of the season. In the end, the Preds get the win, 3-2 over the Wild. Love that. Coming up in sports, we'll have more highlights and sound, of course, from the Preds. And on the heels of that big win, they have something else to celebrate, a new hockey center in Antioch. And today, the players, along with city leaders, will break ground on the first step to making it a reality. News Channel 5's Jennifer Reyes is at Antioch at the Global Mall there. That's where the groundbreaking is going to take place. And Jennifer, what exactly does all this mean for the Preds?
Well, there's a lot for the Preds to do now. I mean, not just at Bridgestone Arena, but they're going to be involved in this huge project. It's a multi-million-dollar project that started with the construction of a new community center that you see right here behind me. That used to be the old J.C. Penney, and right behind it is where they're going to be breaking ground on a brand new 86,000 square foot facility, 2 stories high, and a brand new ice hockey rink. Once it's completed, you're going to be be looking at 2 ice rinks, 8 locker rooms, several multiple function rooms, concession stands, a pro shop, a workout facility, a video room, and also space for restaurants. All of it is scheduled to open next summer, and the Preds hockey players and their families will also have a more centralized location to come here and practice and skate. Again, the Preds are going to have a lot of involvement with this project. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour, but that groundbreaking will take place today at 2, and the mayor and the Preds are scheduled to be here. Reporting live from Antioch, I'm Jennifer Reyes, News Channel 5 HD.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. And the Nashville Predators take on the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night, so it's nice that they're going to be home for a couple of games. It is 4:10. Let's head back over to Leland for a look at your hump day forecast.
All right, thank you much. Right now in Nashville and around the Mid-South, we are under a fair sky, dry morning over Middle Tennessee, but we've got a few clouds passing through, so definitely much more cloud cover today than we have seen over the last 2 days. Here's the scene now from Sky Cam. In the city, it is currently 53 degrees with a dew point now right around 50 degrees for us out there. That dew point number higher, so temperatures aren't falling as much as they have the past couple of mornings. There it is, a look at a few of the clouds that are floating through the Mid-South for us at this hour. 48 out of Bowling Green, 54 from Crossville, Columbia 52, Waynesboro 57, and 60 out of Fayetteville. Memphis is at 61 now. We do see the 40s out of Paducah. So for today, partly sunny skies, a little warmer as we look for a high of 78. A wind south at 5, becoming north at 5 later in the day. More weather coming up for you in just a moment, but right now let's head back over to Amy.
Leland, thank you. The CEO of a coffee giant's tired of the stalemate in Congress over the shutdown. Find out how Starbucks is calling on customers to show lawmakers how to get over the budget battle hump. And experts think they've figured out why the government's website for Obamacare is having so many glitches. We're going to give you the details on that coming up in just a moment. And if you see news happening, as always, take a picture, email it to us at my5@newschannel5.com. It's 4:12. We'll be right back.